Breaking space news. In a stunning turn of events on Thursday, February 20th, Elon Musk ignited a firestorm of controversy in the space community over the fate of two astronauts aboard the International Space Station. During an exclusive Fox News interview alongside President Trump, Musk dropped a bombshell claim that would send shockwaves through NASA and the international space community. At the heart of this developing story lies a complex web of allegations involving Butch and Sunny, two astronauts whose 8-day mission has stretched into nearly 300 days in space. What began as a routine ISS mission has evolved into a heated dispute between Musk, NASA officials, and even the ISS commander himself. Today we're bringing you the complete breakdown of this extraordinary situation, including explosive details from Musk's direct confrontation with ISS Commander Andreas Mogensen, previously undisclosed offers of rescue missions, and claims of political interference that could reshape our understanding of America's space program. I'm your host, and this is 24-hour Elon Musk coverage, where we bring you the latest developments in real time. Let's dive right in. The gravity of Musk's claims became clear as the Fox News interview unfolded. Seated beside President Trump, Musk's usually composed demeanor shifted as he addressed the situation of astronauts Butch and Sunny. "They got left in space," he stated firmly, his voice carrying a weight that silenced the room. "They were supposed to be there 8 days. They've been there almost 300 inches. The implications of this statement would soon cascade through the space community like a meteor shower. What began as a routine mission to the International Space Station has transformed into a complex saga that touches on the intersection of space exploration, political maneuvering, and human dignity. The story of Butch and Sunny isn't just about two astronauts extending their stay in space. It's about families separated, plans derailed, and questions that demand answers. As Musk's interview circulated across social media platforms, it triggered an unprecedented response from ISS Commander Andreas Mogensen. Breaking the usually diplomatic tone of space agency communications, Mogensen took to X, formerly Twitter, with a bold declaration: "What a lie." 3 simple words that would ignite one of the most heated public disputes in recent space history. But Musk wasn't backing down. His response came swift and sharp, cutting through the usual corporate speak. "You are fully wrong. SpaceX could have brought them back several months ago." The tech mogul then dropped another bombshell. He had personally offered this solution to the Biden administration, only to face rejection. According to Musk, the return was delayed for political reasons, a claim that sent shockwaves through both the space and political communities. The intensity of this exchange pulled back the curtain on the usually cordial relationship between private space companies and government agencies. Mogensen, representing the traditional space establishment, fired back with his own detailed response. "Elon, I have long admired you and what you have accomplished, especially at SpaceX and Tesla." The personal tone of his message highlighted the unprecedented nature of this public dispute. "You know as well as I do that Butch and Sunny are returning with Crew 9, as has been the plan since last September." As this exchange unfolded, the space community began taking sides. Joe Barnard, a prominent space YouTuber, pointedly shared one of Musk's own previous tweets, advocating for more positive content on the platform. The irony wasn't lost on anyone. The very person calling for positivity was now engaged in a heated public dispute with the commander of the International Space Station. The situation grew more complex as Ken Kirtland IV entered the fray, challenging the core of Musk's narrative. He raised a crucial question that many had been wondering. Why would NASA spend an additional $200 million on a new Dragon mission when they could keep the astronauts productively working on the ISS? This practical consideration added another layer to an already multifaceted situation. But just when it seemed the debate couldn't get more intense, Dr. Phil Metzger, a respected voice in the space community who had previously worked with Musk, offered a nuanced perspective that shed new light on the situation. He suggested that NASA's decision-making process was more complex than either side was admitting. The agency has to maintain delicate relationships with Congress, manage budget constraints, and consider the political implications of every major decision. Musk's response to Metzger's analysis was perhaps the most revealing moment of the entire controversy. "PR was never even discussed," he stated bluntly. "They flatly refused. We would have made it work within the annual budget. Then came the most explosive claim yet. The real issue is that they did not want positive press for someone who supported Trump. That's it. End of story. As if this wasn't enough to process, Musk chose this moment to make another controversial statement about the future of space exploration. He declared it was time to begin preparations for deorbiting the International Space Station, suggesting it had served its purpose and that focus should shift to Mars exploration. When pressed for a timeline, he recommended just 2 years, a proposal that sent fresh waves of shock through the space community. The ramifications of these developments extend far beyond just space exploration. They touch on fundamental questions about the relationship between private enterprise and government agencies, the role of politics in scientific endeavors, and the human cost of institutional decisions. For Butch and Sunny, these aren't just academic discussions. They represent real time spent away from their families, real alterations to their professional trajectories, and real questions about their safety and well-being. This story also illuminates the changing landscape of space exploration. The traditional model of government-led space programs is increasingly intertwined with private enterprise, creating new dynamics and potential points of friction. When these tensions spill into public view, as they have here, they provide a rare glimpse into the complex machinery that powers humanity's ventures into space. As we follow these developments, one thing becomes clear. The future of space exploration isn't just about technological capabilities or scientific achievements. It's about the complex interplay of human ambition, political reality, and corporate interests. The situation with Butch and Sunny has become a powerful symbol of these intersecting forces. Looking ahead, this controversy may have lasting implications for how space agencies and private companies collaborate in the future. It raises important questions about transparency, decision-making processes, and the balance between operational efficiency and political considerations. The space community will be watching closely to see how these relationships evolve in the wake of these revelations. The stakes in this situation extend far beyond the immediate controversy. For every day that Butch and Sunny remain on the ISS beyond their planned mission, there are rippling effects through their personal and professional lives. Their families have had to adapt to extended separations, their career trajectories have been altered, and the psychological impact of such an extended stay in space cannot be understated. Consider the daily reality of life aboard the ISS. While it's an incredible scientific achievement, it's also an environment of constant work, limited personal space, and separation from loved ones. The psychological preparation for an 8-day mission differs significantly from what's needed for a 300-day stay. These astronauts have had to adapt to this extended isolation with little warning or preparation time. The human element of this story becomes even more poignant when we consider the broader context of space exploration history. Never before has a planned short-term mission been extended to such a degree without clear operational necessity. The previous record for mission extension was during the early days of the Space Shuttle program, but those extensions were measured in days or weeks, not months. The technical aspects of this situation also deserve closer examination. SpaceX's Dragon capsule has proven itself as a reliable vehicle for both cargo and crew transport to and from the ISS. Musk's claim that they could have facilitated an earlier return raises important questions about the decision-making process within NASA and other space agencies. If a technical solution was available, what other factors truly influence the decision to keep Butch and Sunny in orbit? The political dimension of this controversy has unveiled an uncomfortable truth about modern space exploration. It doesn't operate in a vacuum. The intersection of government funding, private enterprise, and international cooperation creates a complex web of relationships and dependencies. When Musk suggests that political considerations trumped operational ones, he's highlighting a tension that has long existed in the space program, but rarely surfaces so publicly. This situation has also exposed the changing dynamics of public discourse about space exploration. Social media has created a new arena where traditional hierarchies and communication protocols can be bypassed. The direct exchange between Musk and Mogensen would have been unthinkable in the early days of space exploration, where all communication was carefully filtered through official channels. The response from the broader space community has been particularly telling. Various experts and commentators have weighed in, many struggling to reconcile their respect for both SpaceX's achievements and traditional space institutions. This has created a moment of reflection within the community about how disagreements should be handled and what role public discourse should play in space policy decisions. The timing of this controversy is especially significant given the broader context of space exploration in 2024. With multiple nations and private companies pushing the boundaries of what's possible in space, the need for clear protocols and decision-making processes has never been more crucial. The situation with Butch and Sunny could serve as a catalyst for reviewing and updating these protocols. As we delve deeper into the implications of this situation, it's worth considering the precedent it sets for future space missions. How will this affect the relationship between NASA and its commercial partners? Will future astronauts need to consider the possibility of extended stays due to factors beyond their control? These questions will likely influence the future of human spaceflight for years to come. The financial aspects of this situation also merit closer examination. While the $200 million cost of an additional Dragon mission might seem high, it needs to be weighed against the operational costs and risks of keeping astronauts in space for an extended period. The economic calculations involved in these decisions are complex and often involve factors not immediately apparent to the public. Looking at the broader picture, this controversy has emerged at a crucial moment in the evolution of space exploration. With plans for lunar missions, Mars exploration, and commercial space stations on the horizon, the relationship between government space agencies and private companies needs to be clearly defined and well managed. The current situation could serve as a valuable lesson in what works and what doesn't in these partnerships. The impact on future recruitment for space missions cannot be ignored either. How will this situation affect the willingness of astronauts to participate in missions that might be extended for reasons beyond their control? The space program has always relied on the trust between astronauts and mission control. Any erosion of this trust could have long-lasting consequences. As we await further developments in this situation, it's clear that the space community is at a crossroads. The traditional models of operation are being challenged by new realities, and the need for adaptation is becoming increasingly apparent. The resolution of this current controversy could well set the tone for how similar situations are handled in the future. As this story continues to unfold, we're tracking another significant development. SpaceX is now targeting February 26th for Starship Flight 8, according to an FAA advisory. While early March remains likely, this accelerated timeline, just over a month after Flight 7, shows the rapid pace of progress in space exploration. The situation with Butch and Sunny reveals a larger truth about modern space exploration. It's no longer just about technical capabilities, but about the complex interplay of politics, private enterprise, and human factors. Their story reminds us that behind every space mission are real people, real families, and real consequences to the decisions made in boardrooms and government offices. I'm committed to bringing you the latest developments in this evolving situation, especially as we approach the scheduled return of our astronauts and the next Starship launch. Your engagement helps us maintain our role as your primary source for space news and SpaceX updates. If you want to stay informed about these crucial developments, hit that subscribe button and join our growing community of space enthusiasts. Share your thoughts in the comments below. I'm particularly interested in hearing your perspectives on the balance between political considerations and astronaut safety. Don't forget to like this video and hit the notification bell to stay updated on this story and all the latest developments in Elon Musk's ventures. This is Elon Musk 24 Hours, keeping you connected to the future of space exploration. Breaking space news. In a stunning turn of events on Thursday, February 20th, Elon Musk ignited a firestorm of controversy in the space community over the fate of 2 astronauts aboard the International Space Station. During an exclusive Fox News interview alongside President Trump, Musk dropped a bombshell claim that would send shockwaves through NASA and the international space community. At the heart of this developing story lies a complex web of allegations involving Butch and Sunny, two astronauts whose 8-day mission has stretched into nearly 300 days in space. What began as a routine ISS mission has evolved into a heated dispute between Musk, NASA officials, and even the ISS commander himself. Today, we're bringing you the complete breakdown of this extraordinary situation, including explosive details from Musk's direct confrontation with ISS Commander Andreas